Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out the official release date trailer for Stray. Now I do know the release date, and that is July 19th, or 1 week from when this video is being filmed. Now, we have checked out Stray in the past, and Stray is actually a game that I have been tracking for a very long time. Stray was first shown off, I want to say, in 2013, and it was called Project HK at the time, which is also really hilarious to me because my child has a stuffed animal that's named HK, and they're a cat, so, you know, there's that. But beyond that, it was originally called Project HK, and the very first thing we saw of it was literally a gif of a cat walking, like hopping up on a pipe and walking down an alleyway with some robot people in it. And since those trailers way the hell back, it went underground, and then it came forward to be called Stray when it was re-revealed. Now, last time we checked out Stray, I was very disappointed. Not because it looked bad, but because it wasn't the game that I was hoping for. And we're going to check out this release date trailer and see if it makes me feel any different. I'll explain why I was disappointed after we watch this video. So, let's get into it. Hang on. I don't understand why. If you have it on auto, and even if it autos to 4K, it doesn't actually load properly in 4K unless you're like, yes, do it, 4K, give it to me. I don't think the first trailer showed them being afraid of us. Well, I say the first trailer, I mean the last one. Whoa. Hello? Frickin' cats, man. Run, kitty! Cat winked at us. Okay. So this game comes out in basically a week. Now, before I go any farther, I will explain the reason that I am disappointed in Stray before it's even released. And this does not mean that it'll be a bad game. The game still looks good. It is just not the game that I was originally hoping for when I first saw Project HK 6 years ago. Okay? And it's because of this right here. This part right here. And they didn't show this in the last trailer that we saw for this, but they introduced our character, not just the cat, but the little robot that flies around with the cat, okay? And this is why I was like, man, were you scared? Were you afraid to make a genuine game where you just play as a cat? Because a cat that is just a cat cannot talk, cannot speak. It doesn't necessarily understand what people are saying. It cannot communicate with people beyond, like, you know, hissing, nuzzles, purrs, body language, right? And then they introduced a robot that translated what the other robots were saying for you and probably allows you to communicate with the robots as essentially a middleman translator. And I was like, damn it. This is no longer a game where you are just a cat. This is any other, like, stealth RPG where you just happen to be shaped as a cat. And that's why I was very disappointed, because of this little robot guy. Because this robot guy humanizes you. And I was very disappointed in that, because he talks for you and translates for you allowing you to not be just a cat. You are a cat that can talk, a cat that can interact. I believe in the first trailer they showed like a shop menu, and I was like, damn it, cat, you don't get to shop with a menu and exchange credits if you're a normal cat. Which, there's nothing wrong with being like a more intelligent cat that has a robot friend and all this kind of stuff, right? But I wanted to be just a cat. And instead, I'm a cat that has a middleman translator that effectively removes the fact that I'm just a cat. Sure, you got cat abilities and you can like walk around and jump up on stuff and like, you know, do a little cat dance and probably purr and hiss and stuff, and you can hide in boxes. But you can do that as anything else if you adapt the game to it. The thing when I first saw Project HK, it was like, it's a game where you play as a cat. And it's like, is it a special cat? No, it's just a cat. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a very limited space. That's difficult. That takes creativity. And then they went, yeah, but we were afraid of that. I don't actually know if they were afraid. I don't know if it was too hard. If it was too hard, I don't blame you, because what I'm describing sounds difficult to create, and I'm not even a game dev, right? I have no idea the concept of what I'm talking about. All I know is that the thing that genuinely brought Stray to me initially, back when it was Project HK, is tarnished by this little robot guy that talks for me and translates for me and allows me to interact as though I was just a normal person. I'm just a cat. Now, that said, the game still looks good. The setting is still cool. The gameplay elements still look neat. It'll still be neat to watch yourself control just a regular house cat that is trying to do whatever this cat is trying to do. But I'm just sad that I get a robot friend that talks for me. I honestly, I would be way more excited if it wasn't for the little robot guy. I don't want the little robot guy. But he is just a stray cat trying to find his way home. You're right. But I don't want a robot that can talk for me. Think of it as a different version of Homeward Bound. All those animals talk. Yes, but they talk to each other. They talk to each other, right? And it would be one thing if in Stray you run into another cat and you can talk to the other cat. Or even if you run into a dog and you can talk to a dog. Or birds or rats or whatever. If you want to just say that all animals have the ability to talk to one another because they're animals and they're not humans or robots or whatever, that's fine. But the fact that it could just talk to this thing that's in front of it, this robot that's in front of it, because the robot's voice binary is being translated by the robot, irks me. Because if you do run into a human and the robot is able to translate human to cat and cat to human, the fact that you're a cat to me is ruined. Because you are not just a cat that has the ability to communicate and have a conversation with this robot, as though this robot could be a human and it would still function the exact same way. And it would still disappoint me immensely. And I understand where it would be very difficult to figure out a way to do that properly, but it disappoints me. Now, they might have had the plan to have this robot from the very beginning, right? To make it where this robot translates to you from the absolute beginning of their development. But they didn't show it until the last trailer, and it completely removed one of the fantastical little pieces of uniqueness about this game beyond just that you play as a cat. So who are the enemies in this game? More robots? I mean, so we know that the robots are afraid of you. And in the last trailer we saw, we got these little drones that are after you. And then I think we saw the rat looking things in this trailer somewhere as well when we were talking about run! Is it right here? Yeah, see, those little, whatever you want to call these larva things. Because the cat is also trying to, when the cat jumps out of the box, it's hiding from the sweeper drone, right? So this is kind of old school, Metal Gear Solid style, where you can see its view window essentially, and you don't want to be visible in there, so you jumped in the box. When it goes by, you jump out of the box and you can proceed forward. And then if you do get seen, they're trying to catch you and you're trying to get away from whatever these gross things are, right? So it's got relatively normal gameplay in it, right? Which is not a bad thing. I don't need it to reinvent video games. I'm just so irked that you can talk to things when you're just a cat. I think the same happened with The Good Life. If I remember correctly, it was also pitched that you could play as a cat, but it got changed to a town of people who turn into cats and dogs. Then the player character turns into an either cat or dog. I'm not sure, but regardless, it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. I'm sure it looks great, and I'm sure it'll probably still be a great game. And this might be a matter of me setting my own expectations and then the game being like, nah, dog, we were never going to do that. And I'm like, you're probably right, but I still made myself sad, and there's little that I can do about that. But yeah, so what did you think? Have you been following Stray since it was back at being called Project HK? Are you new to being this game being showed to you? Or what are your feelings on it? Are you excited about it all the same? Has what I said changed your perspective on it? Is there a game that I've described that it clearly is not this one that you would like to see one day? And who knows, right? Maybe you'll lose the backpack. Maybe you'll lose the backpack, the robot gets damaged, and there'll be sections where you are limited to being just a cat. And those will probably be, to me, the best parts of the game. So, yeah, what do you thought? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Otherwise, two great places to keep the conversation are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream. Because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. We're actually going to go check out some other things right now, so if you do watch one of those other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.